Amy and Tammy Slaton are two sisters from the US, made famous by the TLC channel, which documents their struggles with weight. When the first episode aired, the sisters had a combined weight of half a tonne. In today's review, we listen to the sisters discussing their challenges and also their ambitions of qualifying for bariatric surgery. Will their doctor agree to this? Stay tuned to find out.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As always, just a quick reminder that I'm now offering the SIBO, organic acid, stool tests and consult via my website. So if you have any health or digestive problems, then consider taking these tests, as they will provide a lot of very detailed information upon which you can start making informed decisions and then start getting your health back on track. And on that bombshell, to the video.
Is this healthy?
No, but a show is good.
This is the problem with processed refined foods today though, isn't it? Most people really aren't aware of the science, energy and financial resources food companies put into making food that has the perfect amount of salt, sugar and fats, and often chemicals, that puts our brains into overdrive and ultimately running to the supermarket to buy more. For most people, when you go food shopping, you are literally in a war zone. Now that may sound melodramatic, but you really need to be prepared before you set foot in the store. You need to plan your shopping list before you go in, and you really need to stick to it, because for many of us, including Tammy and Amy, you are just one food choice away from descending into a perpetual cycle of binging. Cravings isn't something that just morbidly obese people get, or those people with food addictions. It happens to every single one of us as we are bombarded with billboards, TV commercials and everything in between. Yes, ultimately we have the choice to pick up a food or not, but there are many people in society that have suffered a lot of trauma, depression, genetic problems and so on, and their food becomes their only source of enjoyment, so it really isn't an option for them when society says just simply stop eating. Not too many people would go up to a depressed or suicidal person and say pull yourself together, yet as a society we are quick to judge people like Tammy and Amy. And often we are quick to judge when we have no comprehension of the background story.
Since we decided to have this surgery, we're gonna have to eat better and quit eating a lot. We gotta learn some good recipes. Bye-bye, Slapajo.
Okay, so clearly these sisters are gearing up for bariatric surgery. Bariatric surgery is the treatment that is often used as a last resort where a patient is unable to lose weight for whatever reason. There are numerous types of surgery available, such as gastric bands, gastric bypass and also sleeve gastrectomy. All of these interventions are aimed at making the person feel fuller a lot quicker and therefore help them eat significantly less calories. It should be noted, however, that although this type of surgery will help with dramatic weight loss, it's not an obesity cure. The person undergoing the surgery will ultimately need to commit to permanent lifestyle changes to avoid putting the pounds back on.
Because of my weight, I don't have cartilage in between my bones and my knee. They pop out of place and they grind when I'm walking.
This just shows you how strong food addictions are for some people. It is that bad in Tammy's case that she would eat herself to being hundreds of pounds overweight, and to such an extent that the cartilage in her knees would be worn away. So when people say to people like Tammy just to stop eating, they really don't understand the level of addiction that the person is suffering with.
You need more milk.
That's osteoporosis doing that.
I think the last thing that either Tammy or Amy need in this situation is more milk.
I'm nervous about this 8-hour trip because me and Tammy tend to fight when we get in closed locations. I'm hoping everybody makes it to Atlanta alive, but I can't make no promises.
It's horrific, isn't it? Can you imagine carrying around this level of weight, knowing that when trying to lose the weight to the extent that you need, it may actually kill you?
You think you can make it to Atlanta?
I'm gonna try.
In this programme, Tammy is around £605. On screen now you can see a grown man trying to deadlift £600 and he struggles to do this for the shortest period of time. Can you imagine the stresses and strains Tammy's body goes through just with the simplest of tasks of walking to the car?
On our way there, you'll have time to stop in between stops. Like you can sit down and take a break.
Are you crazy? I'll be sitting the whole time.
But I'm sure you had to stop and use the bathroom.
No, I'm on garden floor.
That would surprise me.
Again, what can you even say? She is so overweight that because of the enormous effort it takes to get to the bathroom, Tammy would just rather go on the floor. This video is just soul destroying to watch.
Night, we decided to eat some country buffet. We're gonna have one last supper.
Listening to this is just like listening to a drug addict saying, I just need one more fix and then I promise I will go to rehab and get clean.
Last time I weighed myself, it was at home on a scale, and it said I was 350. But I think my scale at home was broken, and I've been afraid to buy a new one. This is the moment I've been dreading.
£406. Again, let's just give you some context here to that weight. A healthy male silverback gorilla usually weighs around 300 to 500 pounds, and that is what Amy is carrying around every single day. Those numbers just are incomprehensible to most people.
406.
Seeing that number on the scale just made my heart drop.
That's the thing with poor health, most people can turn a blind eye to it. They know they have poor health, but they are naive into thinking that bad things will only happen to other people and not me. Put facts and figures in front of people and they can't run from it or turn a blind eye, and that reaction from Amy is an obvious one.
This is the most I've ever weighed. In my head, I see more zeros than it really was. Makes me feel like, I don't know, just kind of like...
I know your frustration. I'm going to put on weight too, dude. You know what I've been eating? The mozzarella sticks are hanging out.
Feel that belly of steel.
That's your kid.
Now this is straying outside my area of knowledge, but I would hazard a guess and say that these sisters will often make light of their weight situation like this, as this will be a more effective coping mechanism than face the stark reality of their problems. I would imagine when they start to be put in uncomfortable situations where they can no longer make light, then their moods will turn to anger and also frustration.
No, it's a barrel.
$605.
Again, just to illustrate that amount of weight here, on screen you will see a 600-pound lioness. That is effectively what Tammy is carrying around on a daily basis.
The size that I am right now didn't happen overnight. It's my fault that I'm this size.
As Tammy says, it is ultimately her fault that she is currently around £600, and we all have to take individual responsibility for our choices and actions. That being said, when you can buy a huge pizza for £1 to £2, but you'll pay much more than this for certain fruits and vegetables, then ultimately society has also got to share in some of the responsibility. We are doing something fundamentally wrong as a society, where the worldwide prevalence of obesity has tripled between 1975 and 2020, and if the current trends continue, it is estimated that 2.7 billion adults will be overweight, over 1 billion will be affected by obesity, and 177 million adults will be severely affected by obesity by 2025. Anyone who believes simply telling people who are overweight to simply stop eating as many calories clearly doesn't understand the magnitude of the problem. Clearly you have the common causes of obesity such as physical inactivity and psychological factors, but you also have the social and environmental factors such as food availability. It's such a complex landscape.
Generally speaking, the work that I do is connecting people to younger aspects of themselves. What would you like to accomplish today?
No, don't be judgmental and give us some time, Simon.
To not eat as much.
To not eat as much?
Meet Becky, and she immediately started playing with this glass bowl, made the bowl sing. kind of cool.
Look, there are some small-scale trials that show hypnotherapy can help some people lose weight. There are also studies that show it has no impact. So if it works for Tammy and she connects with this approach and it ultimately helps her lose weight, then I am all for it.
I'm wondering when the pattern of overeating began. How long have you been overeating?
All my life.
All your life, yeah.
You're getting sleepy.
I want you to close your eyes for me, Tammy, and take a nice deep breath. You're doing a really good job.
I didn't fall completely asleep. I don't think. I hope she didn't make me cluck like a chicken.
You can already see by Tammy's reaction that she has already lost faith in this approach, as many would.
So I see you're both sipping on something. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking diet soda.
About how many soft drinks are you guys drinking in a day?
I can't count. It's a lot.
What would you say is a lot? You're like 6 cans a day?
More than that, probably 6
10 to 12, you drink a lot.
That is insane. If they were drinking something like 10 to 12 cans of Coke per day, just for the Coke alone, then that would be around 1,390 calories, which is around 350 grams of sugar, which is over 20 tablespoons of sugar. The Coke in some countries will be more or less than the figures quoted for the UK, but either way, those numbers are absurd.
Okay.
At least I'm honest.
No, I want you to be honest, but those diet sodas are going to make you gain weight.
Now, it is good that this doctor is having this level of conversation, but how many doctors would really discuss these issues with their patient if they're overweight? I would hazard a guess and say not many.
See, we were told the opposite growing up. We were told if you eat something sweet and drink a diet soda, it'll equal it out.
Well, that really hasn't worked out, has it?
Just what they need, a patronising and condescending doctor.
We were told the diet soda will cancel out the sugar. That's some that lied to us. Right now, surgery is the only option for both of us.
Look, I don't know the ins and outs of their histories, but surgery is not always the only answer. But equally for many is the only answer unless they have a great healthcare team around them.
We will make it.
Sounds good, ladies. I look forward to seeing you down here.
Road trip, Slaton style. Come on.
Look, they seem really nice, but I think they need a lot more guidance than what they are probably getting. Undergoing bariatric surgery and thinking that this is going to solve this level of problem is overly optimistic. Weight loss treatment for this level of obesity will require dietary coaching, exercise and activity coaching, behavioural change coaching, and also lifestyle and home remedy support. For many in countries like the US, this type of treatment would cost thousands and thousands of dollars and would be cost prohibitive. Even for countries like the UK, where treatment is free at the point of access, then the healthcare system is woefully inadequate to deal with these challenges in the tidal wave of obesity that we are currently seeing in the Western world. That being said, it's going to be super interesting to see how the girls get on, and I will check in on them over the coming months. Anyhow, for now though, that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, remember to look after your body because it's the only place you have to live. And I'll see you next time.